Africa countries and capitals.
Hi everyone. Welcome to my channel.
Before moving on to the video, let's know some important information about Africa. Africa is the second largest continent in the world. It has an area of 30.37 million square kilometers and a population of approximately 1.5 billion people. The total countries in Africa are 54. The largest country in Africa is Algeria. The smallest country in Africa is Seychelles. The most populous country is Nigeria. The longest river here is Nile River. The largest desert in Africa is the Sahara Desert. The highest mountain in Africa is Mount Kilimanjaro. Let's explore all the African countries and their capitals. Algeria. The capital city is Algiers. The currency used here is the Algerian dinar. Algeria is the largest country in Africa. Angola. The capital city is Luanda. The currency used here is the kwanza. Angola is one of the major oil producers in Africa. Benin. The capital city is Porto Novo. The currency used here is the West African CFA franc. Porto Novo is Benin's official capital where the national legislature is located, while Cotonou operates as the economic and de facto administrative hub. Botswana. The capital city is Gaborone. Pula is the currency used here. Botswana is famous for diamonds and wildlife. Burkina Faso. The capital city is Ouagadougou. The currency used here is the West African CFA franc. Burkina Faso is one of the landlocked countries in Africa. Burundi. The capital city is Gitega. Burundi franc is the currency used here. Burundi is one of Africa's most densely populated countries. Cabo Verde. The capital city is Praia. The currency used here is the Cape Verde escudo. Cabo Verde is an island nation in the Atlantic Ocean. Cameroon. The capital city is Yaoundé. The currency used here is the Central African CFA franc. Cameroon is called as Africa in miniature. Central African Republic. The capital city is Bangui. The currency used here is the Central African CFA franc. Central African Republic is rich in diamonds and forests. Chad. The capital city is N'Djamena. The currency used here is the Central African CFA franc. Chad contains part of the Sahara Desert. Comoros. The capital city is Moroni. The currency used here is the Comorian franc. Comoros is a volcanic island nation. Democratic Republic of the Congo. The capital city is the Kinshasa. The currency used here is the Congolese franc. The Democratic Republic of the Congo is Africa's second largest country. Republic of the Congo. The capital city is Brazzaville. The currency used here is the Central African CFA franc. The Republic of the Congo has the large rainforest area. Djibouti. The capital city is Djibouti. Djiboutian franc is the currency used here. Djibouti holds the strategic Red Sea location. Egypt. The capital city is Cairo. Egyptian pound is the currency used here. Egypt is the home of ancient pyramids. Equatorial Guinea. The capital city is Malabo. The currency used here is the Central African CFA franc. Equatorial Guinea is an oil-rich nation. Eritrea. The capital city is Asmara. The currency used here is the Nakfa. Eritrea country is independent since 1993. Eswatini. The capital city is Mbabane. Lilongwe is the currency used here. Eswatini is Africa's last absolute monarchy. Ethiopia. The capital city is Addis Ababa. Ethiopian birr is the currency used here. Ethiopia is the headquarters of the African Union. Gabon. The capital city is Libreville. The currency used here is the Central African CFA franc. Gabon is a country with rich biodiversity. Gambia. The capital city is Banjul. The currency used here is the dalasi. Gambia is the smallest mainland African country. Ghana. The capital city is Accra. The currency used here is the Ghana cedi. Ghana is the world's second largest cocoa producer. Guinea. The capital city is Conakry. The currency used here is the Guinean franc. The capital city is Conakry. Guinea-Bissau. The capital city is Bissau. The currency used here is the West African CFA franc. Guinea-Bissau is a Portuguese-speaking country. Côte d'Ivoire. The capital city is Yamoussoukro. The currency used here is the West African CFA franc. Côte d'Ivoire is the world's biggest cocoa producer. Kenya. The capital city is Nairobi. Kenyan shilling is the currency used here. Kenya country is famous for safaris. Lesotho. The capital city is Maseru. Lesotho Lodi is the currency used here. Lesotho is entirely surrounded by South Africa. Liberia. The capital city is Monrovia. The currency used here is the Liberian dollar. Liberia is the Africa's oldest republic country. Libya. The capital city is Tripoli. The currency used here is the Libyan dinar. Libya has the large oil reserves in Africa. Madagascar. The capital city is Antananarivo. The currency used here is the Ariary. Madagascar is the fourth largest island in the world. Malawi. The capital city is Lilongwe. Malawi kwacha is the currency used here. Malawi is called as the warm heart of Africa. Mali. The capital city is Bamako. The currency used here is the West African CFA franc. Mali is home to the historic Timbuktu. Mauritania. The capital city is Nouakchott. The currency used here is the Uguia. Mauritania is a mostly desert country. Mauritius. The capital city is Port Louis. The currency used here is the Mauritian rupee. Mauritius is a popular tourism destination. Morocco. The capital city is Rabat. Moroccan dirham is the currency used here. Atlas Mountains are located here in this country. Mozambique. The capital city is Maputo. Mozambican metical is the currency used here. Mozambique has the long Indian Ocean coastline. Namibia. The capital city is Windhoek. Namibian dollar is the currency used here. Namibia is the home to Namib Desert. Niger. The capital city is Niamey. The currency used here is the West African CFA franc. Niger country is named after the Niger River. Nigeria. The capital city is Abuja. The currency used here is the Nigerian naira. Nigeria is the most populous African country. Rwanda. The capital city is Kigali. Rwanda franc is the currency used here. Rwanda is famous for mountain gorillas. São Tomé and Príncipe. The capital city is São Tomé. The currency used here is the dobra. São Tomé and Príncipe is a small island nation. Senegal. The capital city is Dakar. The currency used here is the West African CFA franc. Senegal is the westernmost mainland African country. Seychelles. The capital city is Victoria. The currency used here is the Seychelles rupee. Seychelles is the smallest African country by population. Sierra Leone. The capital city is Freetown. The currency used here is the Leone. Sierra Leone is known for diamond mining. Somalia. The capital city is Mogadishu. The currency used here is the Somali shilling. Somalia has the Africa's longest mainland coastline. South Africa. South Africa has 3 official capitals. Pretoria is the administrative capital, Cape Town is the legislative capital, and Bloemfontein is the judicial capital. The currency used here is the rand. South Africa is known as the Rainbow Nation. South Sudan. The capital city is Juba. South Sudanese pound is the currency used here. South Sudan is the world's newest country. Sudan. The capital city is Khartoum. The currency used here is the Sudanese pound. Nile River passes through this country. Tanzania. The capital city is Dodoma. The currency used here is the Tanzanian shilling. Tanzania is home to the Mount Kilimanjaro. Togo. The capital city is Lomé. The currency used here is the West African CFA franc. Togo is a narrow coastal country. Tunisia. The capital city is Tunis. Tunisian dinar is the currency used here. Tunisia is a northernmost African country. Uganda. The capital city is Kampala. The currency used here is the Ugandan shilling. The source region of Nile River is in this country. Zambia. The capital city is Lusaka. Zambian kwacha is the currency used here. Zambia is famous for Victoria Falls. Zimbabwe. The capital city is Harare. The currency used here is the Zimbabwe gold. Zimbabwe is home to the Great Zimbabwe Ruins. Thank you for watching this journey through Africa. Like, share and subscribe for more educational videos.